Ho un solo vero terrore, che intenda curare la città con il vampirismo? Che se dovesse arrivare a quel punto, oh, avrei fatto davvero un grosso errore a trasformarlo. Beh, il furgone non c'è più. Immagino sia un buon segno. Sappiamo che anche il fondatore della stola è stato un vampiro, quindi voglio ben sperare, ma diavolo, so dei forti dubbi per le mie azioni, ma davvero non volevo morisse. È stata la prima mano amica per noi. Ma non lo trovo qui. È di sotto? O forse prima dobbiamo dormire? Oh. Dice ancora di sotto? Questo è l'unico modo che conosco per scendere ancora di più. Ma qui non c'è nessuno.
It's locked, all right.
Ed è chiusa a chiave. Ok, tentativo a vuoto. E poi sì, in effetti era più in alto piuttosto che in basso. Curioso. Proveremo a dormire. E speriamo che dormire non comporti niente di troppo doloroso per i quartieri. Ne sono successe di cose. Ora, noi. È arrivato il momento di essere decisamente più resistenti. E di mordere molto di più. Temo che ci fermeremo qui poi. Per quanto riguarda il morso almeno. Possiamo aumentare un po' la rigenerazione, che non è brutta come opzione. Va bene. I nostri occhi sempre più scuri. Morti accidentali. Gli abitanti di Londra vivono nel timore dei medici, interventi rimandati, favoritismi sfacciati e trattamenti sperimentali. Le loro malattie hanno delle radici più profonde delle nostre. Questa carenza di professionalità è cristallizzata al Pembroke Hospital di Whitechapel, dove la deontologia è stata dimessa molto tempo fa. Oddio, ho fatto un grossissimo errore. Tutto Schwanzi è impazzito. L'amministrazione del Pembroke si nasconde dietro una facciata di dedizione e di rettitudine, ma chi di noi conosceva uno dei loro pazienti, o peggio, chi è stato un loro paziente, è consapevole del loro inganno. In questo tempio devoto alla paura dovrete pagare per avere un letto. Vi ammalerete di malattie che non sapevate esistessero e il vostro cadavere verrà privato di tutti gli averi nell'obitorio. Questo è vero, ci sono un po' di problemi al Pembroke, a prescindere dal vampirismo. Qui i pazienti muoiono durante la notte per le ferite che non avevano al loro arrivo. Li chiamano incidenti. In una breve intervista il dottor Swansea, capo dell'amministrazione, ha dichiarato un pedante timor mortis conturbat me. La paura della morte mi disturba. Prima di costringerci ad uscire dall'ospedale. Questa citazione in latino non basterà a tenerci lontano dalla loro morbilità. Siete tutti benvenuti domani mattina di fronte all'ospedale per chiedere di fare chiarezza sullo stato dell'istituzione medica. Accorrete numerosi. Evento importante. Il leader della comunità è stato forse un errore. La stabilità è leggermente diminuita, ma niente di grave. E Xiaoshun... Ah, il raffreddore che non riesco neanche più a ritrovarla, Xiaoshun. West End? Oh diavolo se è grave West End adesso. West End necessita di immediato intervento. La morte del leader ha comunque impattato. E non solo il leader, anche Caroline Price. Rimane critico il tutto. Stella continua ad essere stanca, sarà che sia vecchia, ma... Qui invece stiamo tutti stranamente bene. Ok. Ok. E ancora non ti trovo. Ah, eccoti.
Jonathan, my dear, I can never thank you enough.
Thank me. For what?
Come now, you know what I mean. I am, well, I'm just like you.
Era una punizione. Ho fatto un errore.
Making you my progeny was supposed to be a punishment, Dr. Swansea.
Don't worry, I know. From time to time, I even experience glimpses, flashes, of your very thoughts. It can be somewhat annoying, my dear. Quite a punishment indeed.
Have you news of Geoffrey McCullum? I'm sure both of you would have quite an interesting discussion after recent events.
He left the hospital without being treated for the severe beating you gave him. We'll meet again soon enough.
Do you not think he will kill you where you stand?
Funny you should mention it. I asked him once what he would do if I were a vampire. He said he would give me an hour for old time's sake.
What will you do now that you are immortal?
Experiment, my dear colleague. I have an eternity to make scientific progress. I could be the only scientist able to undertake extreme experiments upon himself.
Ti ho detto di...
My God, Edgar. Did you learn nothing from your forays into folly?
I have, I swear. No more experiments on mortals. See? I said mortals. How quickly the mind adapts.
È già qualcosa immagino, ma... Questo vuol dire che prenderai Skull e vampiri e gli farai esperimenti orribili, perché nel caso non va bene nemmeno questo.
What kind of experiments?
Who knows? Nervous shock, brain damage, pain and recovery. There's almost no limit to what my body can now endure. I could be the next Henry Head.
Che su te stesso può anche andare.
How do you feel since you changed?
Absolutely fine. Did you know I can determine the health of every patient or nurse just by looking at him? Fascinating.
E riguardo alla fame?
Do you feel the hunger?
Yes. It's very peculiar, not like mortal hunger at all. It's like I'm never sated. Fortunately, blood is no rare commodity at Pembroke.
Have you taken a life yet, Edgar?
Don't you think that's a private matter? I would not ask you such an indiscreet question.
Dovresti comunque rispondermi.
Will you continue as Pembroke's administrator?
Of course. I can help more than ever. And since I'm already dead, I can't get sick.
Are you not afraid Priwen will find you? Next time, they will do more than abduct and torture you.
I remain a man of peace. If things were to go awry, I would flee rather than slice them up as you would, my friend.
Ok, questo un minimo mi conforta.
Have you seen Elizabeth? Has she passed this way since you returned?
No. And I'm terrified to see her again. I really am, Jonathan. She could very well tear me to pieces for what I did.
E avrebbe ragione.
Goodbye, Edgar. I'm certain we'll meet again.
Non c'è mai davvero niente di facile. Ed ora, nostra amata Lady Ashbury. Verremo da lei. Oh, se si arrabbierà. Oh, se si arrabbierà. E quindi ha rubato il portafoglio di Clayton Derby o no?
Did you steal Clayton Darby's wallet?
Derby.
Tell me the truth, Christina.
Of course I stole it. But I never thought he would come back to look for it.
Why did you do it? He seems to trust you.
For a time I thought he was different from other men. In the end, he just wanted to sleep with me. Same as the others.
Non pare.
Perhaps Clayton is different. Maybe you two should talk. A conversation couldn't hurt.
I know what I am and what people call me. I sleep with men for money. If I can accept that, why can't he? No. My future is with the ones I love, not with Clayton Darby.
The ones you love. The money you stole is not for you, then?
My brother is still in our hometown in Romania. I am the only one who can buy him a ticket to England.
Magari potrebbe aiutarla il buon Clayton, visto che è innamorato, invece che rubargli i soldi.
Tell me, Christina, is it worth risking your health and your life for your brother's safety?
He's the only family I have left. I had to leave Romania without him. I can't be happy until he is near me again.
Does your brother know what you do to earn the money to bring him here?
Don't be simple, of course not. And he must never know. Everything will be different once he is here with me.
Sarà difficile però che le persone non parlino.
I understand your concern. I spent many months away from my family when I served on the front line in France.
Every time I write to him, I fear I won't receive an answer. It kills me to know he is still there.
Sta correndo fin troppi rischi.
But what about your life, Christina? Are you so worried about your brother's survival that you'll risk your own?
You think you know it all because you fought in the war. But my brother is no soldier.
I know. We all understand the risks to soldiers, but we don't necessarily recognize the civilian casualties caused by these conflicts.
Yes, wars are decided by rich men who will never take the risk of being shot, raped, or maimed.
Molto vero.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
Molto vero. Vorrei parlare anche con Clayton.
Good evening, Doctor. Can I help you?
Tell me, Clayton, do you really think this young woman stole your wallet?
Christina. Yes. I recently met her. A nice girl, despite her questionable conduct.
How exactly did you meet Christina?
During my investigation, I offered my hotel room to her to rest and get away from the street.
And what happened?
The next morning, my wallet and my watch had disappeared. I suppose that's what you get for being a good Samaritan.
Interessante.
If you are going to sleep with a lady of the night, Clayton, I would advise you to be cautious.
I can't really be mad at her, though. She's just trying to survive. She doesn't have many options.
Buono fino all'ultimo.
Was it wise to become so intimate with a woman you were supposed to interview, Clayton?
Maybe it was. But I have learned to look for the inner truth and beauty in people.
Mi scuso.
I apologize. I didn't mean to be rude. What can you tell me about this woman?
She is very sensitive, so nostalgic about her country. I saw her cry once because she'd lost a precious souvenir from her homeland.
What was it?
A scarf her brother gave her before she came to England.
Why are you so concerned? You seem to have something on your mind, Mr. Darby.
That we could make peace if I could find it and give it back to her. But I'm afraid she lost the scarf somewhere during her night shift.
Interessante, una nuova indagine.
Do you know that Christina is hoping to pay for her brother to travel to England in the near future?
I see. No, she didn't tell me that. But that explains many things.
Do you believe she will ever see her brother again?
As long as the war rages in Europe, I'm afraid her chances of seeing her brother again are slim to none.
Logico.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Ma è interessante davvero la sciarpa. Che non è così lontana. Che non è così lontana. Se troveremo anche la donna asiatica. Davvero non riesco più a trovare. Sicuramente non sarà qui. Non ci sono più vampiri ma cappellani adesso qua. Interessante. Siete tutti abbastanza potenti qui. No. Colpa mia. Dovete tutti molto calmare. Uno skull. Non è un posto di particolare rilevanza questo. Sciarpa. La darò a Clayton in modo che possa darla poi alla ragazza. Mi farebbe piacere se mettessero insieme, in fondo non sono persone cattive, sono persone disperate. Almeno è quello che pare a me. Ho fatto un giro diverso, vero? Oh, diavolo. No! Pardon. Via. Ho fatto un giro molto diverso.
Good evening, Doctor. Can I help you?
Ecco la sciarpa.
I found this scarf. I believe its owner would be happier to receive it from you.
Dr. Reed, I may be a humble and dogged reporter, but I recognize a gentleman when I see one. Take this for your trouble.
Mr. Darby, I believe your feelings for Christina are deeper than you might admit.
I'm the journalist here. I'm the one who makes assertions.
But as a journalist, you also have to honor the truth. So, what is the truth about you and Christina?
I won't use the word romance, but yes, I do care for her. A lot. I hope the feeling is mutual. Ridiculous, is it not?
In bocca al lupo.
I believe love has neither boundaries nor rules, Mr. Darby, even if society says the opposite.
I hope more people will listen to your advice, Doctor. Starting with Christina.
In bocca al lupo veramente.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Farewell. Vediamo di trovare le persone malate intanto. Ce ne sono molte da curare.
Please come in.
Venus,
I'm so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
nel tuo caso particolare dovrò decidere se curarti o abbracciarti, perché ora so che stai avvelenando tuo marito, che sebbene ti possa sembrare un folle
What
non
do
è.
you need from me, Jonathan?
Why are you poisoning your husband?
He has spent a fortune printing his bloody papers. I can't stand this nightmare anymore. We are the butt of everyone's jokes since he returned.
If you're so frustrated by Clarence's behavior, why don't you just leave him?
I have already lost the best years of my life because of him. I will not jeopardize my future for some lunatic. He goes, and I inherit what's left.
I cannot let you kill your husband, Venus. This madness is more insane than his obsession.
What are you going to do? Report me to the police? I did my research too, Dr. Reed. The substance I use is undetectable.
Don't press your luck.
And did you see Clarence's state of mind? What would become of him if left alone?
E questo è il tuo modo di porla? Mi spiace, Venus. Non mi stai così simpatica. Tuo marito starà male da solo, ma meglio che con una donna che vuole ucciderlo. Questo è sicuro. Questa è sicura. È pur sempre un mio amico d'infanzia.
I danced with you at my wedding, Jonathan. What have you become?
Non un assassino di migliori amici. Sebbene io sia un assassino. Ci sono tanti tipi diversi di assassini. Questo ormai è chiaro. Vediamo cosa priva la tua chiave, donna. Sì, stavo per dire non un assassino, ma quella affermazione aveva davvero fatto ridere. Questo è sicuro. Idrossido di sodio, oppio. Interessante scelta di orpelli da tenere nel proprio scrigno. Mi spiace. Mi spiace, ho dovuto farlo, ma
Are you all right?
I won't lie to you, Johnny. I'm not a well man.
ah, lo so. Lo so.
Venus is poisoning you, Clarence. She wants you dead.
So she really hates me that much now. My poor wife. I had no idea my research would drive her to such extremes.
I'm sorry, Clarence.
Why would you tell me that? First you returned from the dead, and now you tell me my wife is trying to murder me.
Perché sei mio amico.
You're a stupid bastard, but you're my friend, Clarence. And I don't have many left. I don't want you to die. Not like that.
But I love her. I love my wife. Did I make her suffer that much?
Il suo amore
Have I become such a burden?
è durato davvero poco, ragazzo.
So you have no suspicions about her at all? Nothing in Venus's behavior has seemed odd since you returned.
Frankly, it's my behavior that's been odd. Ever since I got back from the war, she accuses me of being paranoid and delusional.
E aveva anche ragione, ma che dire, forse non dovevo arrogarmi io il diritto di fare la scelta per te. Ma vedo che sei devastato da questa storia. Lo scoprirai a modo tuo, ragazzo. Ma tra molti anni. Se sarai sopravvissuto e non ti sarai suicidato, cosa che temo fortemente, mi ringrazierai. In alternativa saresti morto da qua a breve e non potevo permetterlo.
Do you need medical assistance, Clarence?
It's a little late for visiting hours, don't you think?
What can I say? I haven't lost my old habits.
I hope we're talking about the same habits, old friend.
Speriamo.
You need some rest, Clarence. You should try to sleep. Carol, how are you?
My mother always told me that she had to protect me from the cruel world. Now I see what she meant. This is a harsh and violent world, Dr. Reed.
Yes, Carol. As you know all too well, it can be a violent world.
I don't know what you mean. And I prefer you call me Miss Price. I'm not a child anymore.
Stai crescendo. Bene.
Do you need my medical attention?
Oh, please, sir. Do not waste your time with me. There is nothing to be worried about.
Ha subito trovato la sua indipendenza e questo mi piace
Don't be shy.
moltissimo.
It's my duty to take care of you.
Thank you, sir. Much obliged.
Are you going to work in your mother's shop?
No. This place is filled with too many bad memories. Entering it or staying inside is an effort now.
What will you do then?
I don't know yet. I think I'll leave London. But since I inherited some money, maybe it's time for me to grow up and go.
Assolutamente.
How have your neighbors reacted to this tragedy?
Nobody came to the funeral. Everyone's afraid of death and contagion.
You were alone at your mother's funeral.
It wasn't really a funeral. Her body was thrown with other corpses in a freshly dug hole. And I dropped a rose onto her.
Particolare.
Do you remember now what your mother did to you, Carol? Do you realize how badly she treated you?
My mother was a sick person who was afraid to be alone. Her whole life, she looked at me like the embodiment of all her fears and failures.
Era malata.
Your mother was very sick, Miss Price. Her sadism towards you was only an expression of her mental disorder. She was a victim too.
Perhaps you're right. Perhaps my mother was a monster. Or a victim of some mental illness. All I know is I can't imagine my life without her.
Ma ce la farà.
How do you really feel, Miss Price?
I feel like I'm on the edge of a cliff. The fear of being alone is pushing me toward the void. The weight of unanswered questions incites me to jump. I feel lucid.
Se il salto sarà andare via da Londra, bene, ma non faccia gesti avventati.
Are you going to be all right without your mother here? Financially, I mean.
I have inherited all of my mother's money. She always told me how poor we would be if we stopped working. But as always, she took care of everything.
She lied to you then?
Maybe she did. But that was for my own good. My mother loved me, Dr. Reed. Her will testifies to that.
Bene così allora.
Goodbye,
Bene
Miss
così.
Price.
Sono contento per lei. Voi due sì che siete misteriosi, vi state anche mettendo in contemporanea nella panchina.
Hello again, Dr. Reed.
Ma non mi dite
Do you
altro.
need my medical attention, sir?
Indeed. I've never been good at explaining my feelings, but I can tell when my body is hurting me.
You have nothing to be worried about. You should recover by taking this.
Sounds so easy to fight disease. Too bad it's not the same making people smile again.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Baker.
Faccio parlare con suo fratello.
Hello again, Dr. Reed.
Ops, ci siamo parlati due volte.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Baker.
Siete uguali, non me ne sono accorto immediatamente. Pardon?
Good evening, Mr. Baker.
Why do I always have feelings of deja vu when I talk to you?
Con me? Forse è il contrario.
Do you need my medical attention, sir?
I'm afraid I do. I knew we should have left London.
Ma siete un vero mistero.
I don't want to appear tactless, but you're risking your health by remaining outside at this hour of night.
Says the doctor who also works outside at night.
Già.
As always, the imprudent person enjoys the company of their fellows.
Goodbye, Mr. Baker.
Allora, la situazione dovrebbe essere abbastanza chiara adesso. Ci manca il detective. E poi vorrei riparlare con Asher. non sia mai ci sia possibile... Ah, qui il Braille ancora. Braille, pardon. Non sia mai ci sia possibile chiedere un'altra lettura delle carte, sarebbe molto interessante. Il detective era da queste parti, eccolo lì.
Dr. Reed, still conducting your nocturnal survey?
Corretto.
What are you investigating, exactly?
Well, my two
Ah, no,
missing...
ne abbiamo già
I
parlato,
don't-
pardon.
Do you need medical attention, Inspector?
I'm afraid I may have caught something. I don't feel too well.
Posso dare una mano?
You'll quickly feel better after taking this.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. I really appreciate it.
Non c'è di che.
Goodbye, Detective Inspector Albright.
Goodbye, Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm sure we'll talk again soon.
Probabile. Ed ora... Asher. Chissà.
Good evening, Jonathan Reed. Can I help you in any way?
Proviamo.
Can you read the cards for me?
The cards have nothing else to tell you.
Peccato. Peccato.
Goodbye, sir. Until we meet again.
I rarely wander, yet it amuses me to converse with your kind. A red river, a song in the dark.
Abbiamo
whispers of a
preso
sun.
tempo come potevo, in realtà è molto semplice la situazione. Ho il terrore di parlare con Lady Ashbury. Ho tanto da guadagnare e tanto da perdere da lei. È un mistero quella donna. Come sono un mistero i miei sentimenti. Fra l'altro con
Good
lui
evening, Miss Teasdale. How have you been?
non
since
abbiamo
you returned
parlato
home?
con lei, è
Dr.
vero?
Reed. Oh, thank God you returned safely from these awful streets. I was so worried about my father that I left without thanking you properly.
Please, don't mention it, miss.
Good. I found him, you know. My dad. Or what was left of him.
Già.
I think my abductor intended to do the same thing to me.
Non esattamente.
What do you do for a living, Miss Teasdale?
Before my kidnapping, I was a waitress in a pub. Now I'm unemployed.
Were you fired?
No, it's just that after my recent experience, I don't feel like I can go back to my normal life. I need to do something useful.
Sia molto cauta.
Be very careful, Miss Teasdale. You were lucky to escape death once, but vampires lurk everywhere.
You killed my kidnapper by yourself, didn't you? No offense, Doctor, but you're just a doctor. I don't see why I couldn't do the same.
Come sei naive.
What do you intend to do?
Dad always told me, Louise, if you want something, don't stop until you have it. I did my research and I found it. Ichabod Throgmorton, professional vampire hunter. I'll be his apprentice.
Mi sembra davvero un mentore errato, è un ciarlatano.
What can you tell me about this area?
I've never really liked this part of town. It was where my father wanted to live. I won't remain here much longer.
What exactly don't you like about it?
People here are contemptuous and elitist. My dad always said, Louise, always treat people like you want them to treat you.
Era un bravo uomo tuo padre. Decisamente un bravo uomo.
You seem to cherish your father a great deal.
Dad was the best. Kept an eye on me, but let me make my own mistakes. Louise used to say, mistakes are the best teacher. You would have liked him.
I'm sorry you didn't have the opportunity to say goodbye.
That's all right. He's buried in consecrated ground now. Nothing bad can happen to him.
Ah, una sorte migliore di altre persone.
Louise, tell me what you really think about your father's sacrifice to save you.
I'm proud he went after me. I forgive him all his harsh words, all his bloody attitudes. I only wish I could tell him how much I loved him.
Yes. It can be traumatic not having the chance to say goodbye to those we love.
Yes, Doctor. And there's no treatment for that type of pain, isn't that right? That may be the last thing my father taught me.
Già. E no, una vera cura non esiste. Non a questo.
Louise, what can you tell me about the vampire who captured you?
The little fucker claimed he'd fallen in love with me. That he wanted to spend eternity with me. Not a bad idea. At least that's the way it seemed at first.
Really? Did you consider accepting his proposal?
Well, immortality. Not a common wedding gift, is it? I think he just wanted to have his way with me. Can vampires even fuck, Doctor?
Well, I really can't answer that. Well, since they are creatures of blood, physically speaking, I suppose an erection is possible, but
Don't be embarrassed, Dr. Reed. I was just asking.
Immagino che ancora a noi non si sia tentato nulla di simile. Non era in cima alle nostre priorità.
Goodbye, Miss Teasdale, and be careful. Until we meet again.
Come ci ha messo in imbarazzo lei, ancora nessun altro aveva fatto. Abbiamo dispensato le nostre cure e il nostro giudizio. La Londra che conosciamo è in fase di guarigione o... beh, morta. Abbiamo anche creato un vampiro e forse ce ne pentiremo. Ma ora, la parte più spaventosa. Affrontare la donna che sta giocando con i nostri sentimenti. Lady Ashbury.